Nehemiah chapter number 4. And we'll begin at verse number 1. Amen. I'll try not to be before you long. Amen. But it came to pass that when Sanballat heard that we builded the wall, he was wroth and took great indignation and mocked the Jews. And he spake before his brethren and the army of Samaria and said, what do these feeble Jews? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of the rubbish which are burned? Now Tobiah the Ammonite was with him, and he said, even that which they build, if a fox go up, he shall even break down their stone wall. Hear, O our God, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their own head, and give them for a prey in the land of captivity. And cover not their iniquity, and let not thine sin, or their sin, be blotted out from before thee. For they have provoked thee to anger before the builders. So built we the wall, and all the wall was joined together unto the half thereof. For the people had a mind to work. And it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites and the Ashtites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were built up or made up, and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth, and conspired all of them together to come and to fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it. Nevertheless, we made our prayer unto our God, and set a watch against them that day and night, because of them. I want you to look at your neighbor on the left side or the right side, and I want you to repeat my subject, and I want you to tell them, I'm anointed to build.
I'm anointed to build.
Come on, look at somebody in front of you, look at somebody behind you, and tell them with authority, I'm anointed.
I'm anointed to build.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord. I'm going to preach a little while. Amen.
Amen.
When we look at Nehemiah, we find a man by the name of Sanballat. And when I was in my study, I come across the definition of Sanballat is strength. Sanballat also means a secretive enemy.
My Lord, my Lord.
Sanballat and Tobiah were enemies of God's people. They became angry and made fun of the children of God because they were on a mission for God.
Yes.
They were on a mission to fulfill a task for God.
My Lord.
Isn't it funny how when you have a made-up mind that you want to do something for God,
Yes.
when you want to follow what God has called you to do, isn't it funny how the enemy finds a way to stick his head in when you're trying to do something for God?
Come on.
Apostle Wright and I were in the back talking, and it's just so funny how we're trying to do something for God, but it seems like the enemy doesn't want to allow the task to go forward. Come on. When your heart is fixed, when your mind is made up, the enemy has a plan of attack against you. This plan of attack is to distract you and to deter you from doing what God has called and anointed you to do.
Yes.
It was Sanballat and Tobiah who had instigated and perpetrated and provoked the children of God because they did not want to see them build the wall.
Well.
They did not want to see them build the wall of Jerusalem because they knew that if they allowed the children of God to build the wall, that it it was going to bring not only wealth, but prosperity.
My Lord, my Lord.
And that's why the enemy is after you, because he knows if you are able to build the wall, that wealth and prosperity are coming to your address. That's why the enemy is upset with you, because he knows that if he allows you to build the wall, that greatness is going to hit your life. That's why the enemy is mad with you, because he knows that if you build the wall, every promise and every prophecy that God has promised over your life is coming to pass. Look at a neighbor and tell a neighbor, my stuff is on the way. Glory to God. They knew that the city would become important again.
Yes.
So Sanballat now begins to ask the children of God question after question after question, because he knew that building the wall was not easy.
Well.
They saw Nehemiah, they saw the children of God working together to get a job done.
Well.
And in this season, people are trying to figure out, Apostle Wright, trying to figure out how you're making it. Trying to figure out how you're surviving. Trying to figure out how you're getting by.
Yes.
The answer is simple. I'm making it and I'm surviving on broken pieces because of the grace and the mercy of God. People are up against you. People are trying to come against you because they're trying to cause you to lose hope and lose faith in God. Some things that I'm dealing with, some things that I'm going through, other people backslid because of it. Other people turn against God because of it. But in the middle of my test, in the middle of my problem, in the middle of my frustration,